We also must protect our families and our marriages from adultery. Why? Because adultery breaks the image of Yah. You see, the sanctity of this relationship is something we have to think of in this light. Yahusha wouldn't leave Yah and become one with somebody else. Okay? First of all, that's not even possible, because there is no other mighty one but Yah. So if it's impossible for the Word to do that, it ought to be impossible for us to do that. Okay? Yah, the mighty one, would not join himself to another word. Okay, because this is the word that was created before all things. There is nothing else but that. Okay? We cannot allow ourselves or our marriages to be infiltrated by the enemy. I'm going to turn to Hebrews 13 verse 4. I touched this one a little earlier, talking about the marriage bed being honorable. That is the only place where Yah accepts man and woman coming together as one. But I also want to touch on the fact that when we're talking about fornication and adultery, that we're not just talking about the physical acts. Yes, we're talking the physical acts, okay? But we also want to think about the spiritual acts, because one of the main sin of Yisrael was that she was a whore. Okay? Many places in the scripture she's called a whore. She's committed adultery. She's broken the marriage covenant. She has been put away. Why? Because she has committed idolatry. You see, when we go and follow another mighty one other than the Most High Yah, then we have now committed adultery and fornication against the one that we were betrothed to. Okay? That's the spiritual understanding of fornication and adultery. Yes, it can be done physically, but it also can be done spiritually. You can be married to a man or to a woman, and you can be faithful to them. But yet, if you are practicing idolatry, you are being unfaithful to Yah. You're guilty of adultery or fornication. And another thing, the last thing I want to talk about that we have to protect our marriages from is divorce. Now, yes, divorce is allowed. Divorce is given in the Torah. And they asked Yahusha about divorce, you know, because Yahusha has said, unless you're divorcing or putting your wife away for the sake of fornication, you're causing that woman to commit adultery, and anybody else that she goes and marries. Because in the eyes of Yah, when you're married for life. If that wife steps out and commit fornication, that's the only reason Yah will accept a divorce decree. And even with that, He expects us to be merciful. He expects us to be forgiven. Why can I say that? Because we see that He told His own prophet Hosea to go and marry a prostitute. And every time she left and went whoring, Hosea went to whoever she was staying at, whatever man she was laid up with, and gave her things to take care of her. See, that's how Yahweh deals with us. Even though we're whores in the spiritual sense, if we're being unfaithful to Yahweh, He still loves us. He still cares for us. Okay? He still longs for us. At one point, yes, if that person, like the scripture talk about, if the unbelieving spouse wants to go, let them go. You're in peace. Can't force nobody to stay with you. But the will of Yahweh is that our marriages stay intact. Okay? In Malachi, He says that He hates divorce. The intent of marriage is for life. Okay? So that is the end of lesson number 2. The head of the woman is the man. And I do give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh for His spirit of revelation. I thank Yahweh for using me as a vessel, and I pray that those who are hearing my voice and hearing the teaching, that it'll wake something in your spirit. And before I close, again, I want to thank you for spending time, taking the time out of your day to study. You know, this is what Yahweh wants us to do. He wants us to study. He wants us to get into His Word. He wants Yisrael to be restored, and we have to, the scripture says, how can we walk lest we agree? We have to come to one mind and one understanding when it comes to this way that we're walking. On GodTube, which is another video broadcast internet website, you can search Qol Elohim, and there you will find my brother Yakir El. He has teachings there on asking or seeking the old path, okay? And that's really breaking down what it is that Yahweh expects us to do and how it is Yah expects us to walk. Until next time, Mishpachah, I look forward to meeting with you all again. May Yahweh continue to show you His peace and His grace, and I ask and beseech every one of us to pray for the unification of Yisrael, pray for the restoration of Yisrael, and just pray that Yahweh's will be done and He continue to reveal to us His will. Until next time, this is Malcha bidding you Shalom.